Nation, it's your boy The Dream in the house, and we're up and we're excited. It's Sunday, time for some football. I got my man Dr. Dan with me, and I also have the Mad Hatter. What's up, fellas?
What is going on, brother? How are you guys doing? Dr. Dan, what is up, man?
Yo, just called me pure fade material this morning because my college football is dirty, ugly, dusty. As I said before the show to you guys, all I'm going to do next week is look at exactly what I want to take and take the opposite.
Dr. Dan's college football, a little bit on the ugly side, but it's all good.
I've admitted that. I've always admitted that college football, it's really for fun, I guess. I'm just one of those sadists that's trying to do something for fun, but it is what it is. And hey, the New York Knicks, baby, at least we got that.
Definitely, man. I'll tell you right now, the college football, there was definitely a lot of interesting developments. But first, Dream, how'd you do yesterday?
Well, Dr. Dizzle was being ugly. I was in the penthouse suite yesterday. I was in a penthouse suite with nothing but tens. What's going on, man? I had an absolute bananas day, like the best day I've had in college football. Matter of fact, it's the best day I had of the season in college football. Yesterday was the best that I had. Everything I touched won. The hockey came through. Parlays all won. Everything. Yesterday was incredible.
Oh,
Very
definitely.
good day.
Definitely. Well, guys, I did not get to watch any football outside of the game that I was at. I was at the Yale-Harvard game. I did plug Harvard minus 13. They ended up winning by 19. And let me tell you guys something. You know what? It's all good going to the Yale-Harvard game and all that, but that's probably the last time I'll go. Now that they've, they stepped up security and all that, it's just like it's absolute madness there. I mean, everybody is pushing, and they wouldn't even let you leave. You couldn't get out. You had to go out in like a line and stuff like that. It was absolutely insane. And we're sitting there, right, and we got like little kids with us and stuff like that. Going into the game, I went with another parent from my son's football team and all that, and they had little kids or whatever. So all these Yaleys are coming through and like pushing, right? So now my kid is almost 6 foot tall, and he's been working out and all that. He plays football and all that, right? So now you got these little scrawny kids kind of trying to push him around, right? So he's like, what should I do? I said, take care of it then. Somebody pushes you, take care of it, right? So this one kid comes in and starts pushing through. My son almost laid him on his ass, dude. I was like, and the kid looks at him, and he's like, oh. I'm like, well, don't push him now. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? So that was cool, just watching my 14-year-old almost beat up a
son. You know what I'm saying? This is that Yale Harvard now, right? Like it's gonna be some serious thugs.
Dream, you gotta remember, Dream. This is white people New Haven.
That's what I was trying not to go there today. I was trying not to do the white people thing.
Oh, I know.
Since you went there.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But if you got little kids and they're trying to push and stuff like that. I mean, come on.
It's ridiculous. I
know. I love it. The white people's game, they worried about pushing. At the black people's game, they worried about getting shot up in this game.
At the Texas high school game yesterday, you see everybody run off the field with 2 minutes left because people shooting in the stands. Yale Harvard, people slapping each other.
Yeah,
people in there pushing.
Man.
Getting into a political debate.
Pouring champagne on each other.
Getting into a political debate at the concession stand.
Kid got up and was like, yeah, let me run a debate with you real quick. Come on, let's go.
No, you know what I do love,
What's your thoughts on the economy right now?
No, but the best is it's like the massholes that travel for the Harvard game that are like from Dorchester, Southie, whatever. And they never went to know Harvard. They're just, they're just fans. And those guys are rough and tumble, and you love it. You love it. But, man, that game is crazy. You got, 200,000 people show up for that
dude, it was crazy. There had to be like 60-some-odd thousand in the stadium and probably 100,000 out because most of those kids don't even go in the game.
Yeah,
they just tailgate the whole time.
There was some pushing and shoving in the Ohio State University.
Oh, yeah. The Ohio State University goes down in Columbus to Sparty. One of the worst the worst offensive production of an Urban Meyer coach team ever. 132 yards offensively.
I mean, that was just pitiful. Not only that, I hope that those kids realize every NFL coach watched what they did after that game. Just straight throw their coach under the bus.
Oh, big time.
Look, I'm not saying that Urban Meyer coached a game because he didn't. He coached a terrible game. They should have won that game. But the fact is, he won a national championship last year. You got to stick by your guy. if you want to leave for the NFL, that's great. But, it's like when you leave a job for another job. You smile, you wave, and, once you're out the door, you say whatever you want. But these guys, I expect them to get the crap kicked out of them by Michigan next week. I'll put it in now. If I was Urban Meyer, I'd be benching dudes.
Oh, definitely. Well, you got Ezekiel Elliott and Cardale Jones saying that they are not returning to the team next year after one loss. It's
Cardale
crazy.
Jones kind of took it back. But, Cardale Jones, I'm sorry, but he's a dumb.
Yeah. And Ezekiel Elliott, the thing that they're leaving out was that he was in the hospital all week, had some kind of infection or something like that.
He had a leg infection.
Yeah, right. So it's like, I could understand Herb kind of, waiting a little bit to put him in.
The flip side to this is, and I don't know, and it may come out, a little bit later. What I'm interested in is I'm interested in hearing the kids say, and don't get me wrong, I think they're absolutely wrong, okay? I'm not on the kids' side at all, and I don't even like Urban Meyer, but you don't do that. But what I'm interested in hearing, though, is has Urban Meyer been playing around with the play calling and the tinkering and the coaching of what this – is that the foundation maybe they're drawing for why the team has played, not so well this season? Because they may be trying to say that, well, this guy's been just experimenting, doing, trying some stuff that we're not used to doing or that we didn't do last year. He's trying some stuff that he thinks is work, trying to be cute in a bunch of situations. Because, we have looked at this team all season. Everybody scratched their head as to why they haven't really played up to fruition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess. But, I think a lot of it goes back to the beginning of the year. And losing, they lost their offensive coordinator to a head coaching position.
Yep.
And I think what you're saying is true. Urban Meyer stepped up, and he's, he's the one calling a lot of plays.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I understand trying to hold back Ezekiel Elliott because of the leg thing, but if he's saying that he's good to go and you're going to start him at all, you ride him. He only had 11 carries.
11 carries. That was it, man. Yeah, he was very upset about it.
And he was burning.
Yeah, definitely. So the Ohio State goes down in Columbus to Michigan State. Michigan State was a 14.5-point underdog and won the game, man. And what else as far as upsets happened yesterday? I can tell you an almost upset that had me scratching my head. A couple of them. Florida goes into overtime. Unbelievable,
Florida
man.
and Georgia both go into overtime against just atrocious.
Oh, Georgia. I was on the Georgia game. Listen, if ever there was a day to be doing the money line thing, yesterday was definitely it because it saved me in a bunch of spots. Started off saving me with North Carolina. Then it also saved me again with, like you said, Georgia. The Georgia game was such a stomachache. Stomachache, Georgia was.
Talk about getting punched in the gut yesterday. And, look, hey, I'm laying it all out there. I don't care. Look, I lost. But the way it happened, UNC, basically, up 2 touchdowns, 4 minutes left, 2 turnovers. Memphis never got going from the start. Offense looking terrible.
Yep.
LSU, look, my bad. I didn't see that happening. Thought they'd fight for Les Miles' job. But then, even the Pitt game, which we won, they put up 42 in the first half. And they win the game 45-35, and you're sweating the whole time. It's like that college football is enough to give a man a heart attack. I'm telling you.
I absolutely love college.
So happy we got NFL today.
I absolutely love college football. The Oklahoma State Cowboys go down. They are not undefeated anymore, and I think their vie for a national title is over.
The national title playoff thing is like wide open. And that's, that's another reason why these kids on Ohio State should have fell back a little bit and relaxed because you're still in the hunt,
You're still in it, man. You're still in it. I don't think they're going to make it. You probably got – you're looking at now Michigan State. As long as they beat Penn State, they're going to play Iowa in the Big Ten Championship.
Right.
But then you've got and if they lose to Penn State, then the winner of Michigan and the Ohio State University in Ann Arbor, whoever wins that plays Iowa. So you're still kind of in it.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And the lines, just so you guys know, man, the lines have already come out on a couple of these games. You got the Ohio State University is actually a 2.5-point favorite at Michigan. And then Florida is a 3-point favorite over Florida State, which I don't know if I could see that the way they're playing. And Notre Dame is a 1.5-point favorite over Stanford next week. So we'll talk about that later on in the week, Dream, and we'll go from there.
I got to say something ridiculous real quick. I just saw Matt Ryan walk into his own stadium on ESPN. They checked his bag.
Nice.
I'm saying, look, I understand, in this age we live in of craziness, you got to check everybody. But if the quarterback of your football team is coming in to do some crazy stuff, then I don't know, man. Then that's
you got to check Matty Ice's back. Why, Matt, I be checking. He ain't like the first guy's back. I check.
Definitely.
Matty Ice, we waiting for him to show up.
Yeah.
Are you sure that was him?
I just can't believe it.
They checked his bag to make sure that, like, hey, which Matty Ice are you? Are you going to win today or what?
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you going to go back there and
Which team you going to throw to today?
No doubt. Hopefully they threw some of those sticky gloves in there so he don't – because Matty Ice loves to have a nice long drive and get, like, into the red zone and fumble or throw an interception or do something stupid. He loves that.
Just give the ball to Devontae.
He
Remember,
loves
you're
that.
playing the Colts.
Right, exactly.
They're playing the Colts with Hasselbeck. I can't wait. Let's get into the NFL.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Very excited about
That's what we're here for. Let's get it going. I plan on getting back to winning ways again today.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's journey right over to the NFL and see what we got going on, man. So the first game that's on the ticket, we're going to start with the 1 o'clocks. We're going to the 4 o'clocks, then we'll cap it off with Sunday Night Football. But we got the Oakland Raiders, who are 4-5, coming into the 2-7 Lions, who are 1-3 at home. Detroit is actually favored -1 with an under-over of 48.5. For me, guys, I have no interest in this game whatsoever, but I'm sure the evil genius does, so I'm going to bring it over to him and see what he's got to say. What do you got to say, Dan?
Oakland,
huh?
Oakland by a lot.
Oh, damn. You want to mess with this Raider team
I am messing with this Raider team for a couple reasons, and those couple reasons are Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, and Latavius Murray. Matt Stafford's looked really bad all year. The one thing that the Raiders have been obviously really bad on is defending the pass, but the Lions have been pretty much just as bad. You have Derek Carr that's flying so under the radar. I mean, dude is already throwing for 2,400 yards and 21 touchdowns.
Okay.
The Raiders are legit. I think, the Lions, look, they're the Lions. They're going through a ton of flux right now. I think that the Raiders have the better quarterback and the better coaching staff right now, which might be the first time I've said that in a decade. But I have the Raiders as a pure pick here.
Okay. All right. And they're plus 1 point. Dream. Nasty game, right?
Nope.
No, me neither.
It's nasty. I don't like it, and I don't like the Raiders, though. If I'm going to lean, I'm going to lean the Lions here, strictly because they're home. Now you got the other dynamic of a team that plays outside coming indoors. And this Raider team, I'm sorry, they're overrated. People are talking, you're talking about that they're under the radar. No, they're not. Everybody's been talking about the Raiders. You've been talking about them the last 3 weeks in here, and they've been getting you. You know what I'm saying? This Raider team is not. They are not as good as they're better than they've been in the past. I'll give you that they are, but they're not as good as people are giving them credit for. I like the Lions in this spot. They get the big win, a little bit of momentum last week against Green Bay. And by the way, while you were plugging Derek Carr's numbers, his passing yards, just so you know, Stafford is only 40 yards away from him.
Yeah.
I hear you.
At some point, that Detroit team offense, maybe they'll wake up. I don't know if it's today's game, but it's like a sleeping giant. You know it's there. The weapons are still in place. They still got a good, good top players. I don't like the Raiders in this spot. I really like Detroit, but I don't like the team at all.
I know you're saying the Raiders have bit me, but actually I'm 2-1 on the Raiders in the last 3 weeks. They bit me last week against the Vikings. But we got them. They covered against the Steelers, and they beat the Jets, granted at home.
I thought they lost the Steeler game.
They did lose to the Steelers, but they covered there.
Covered. Okay, gotcha. My bad.
But here's the thing. I just think that the Lions find ways to lose football games.
Sure.
And I think they'll find a way to lose this football game.
All right, man.
I agree with you, except they found a way to win last week. and once sometimes it can be a good karma and good energy. I think they passed that along to this week. I think the Lions show up in this game. I'm not going to touch it, but I got to lean Lions. I'm sorry.
All right, man. Next game we have on a ticket is the Indianapolis Colts, who are also 4-5. Actually, still in the division lead in their pitiful division, going against the Atlanta Falcons, who are 6-3 and 3-1 at home. You got two dome teams here. Atlanta minus 4.5. Under over a 47.5, and you can get tickets starting from $25 for this game.
Nice.
Dream. Any thoughts on Matty Ice today?
Yeah, my thoughts on Matty Ice is everybody in the country, with the exception of Philly Picks, is probably going to take the Falcons. Because obviously the Falcons are coming off of 2 losses, a loss to Tampa Bay, a loss to San Francisco. They are now back at home where they play a little bit better than they play on the road. You got a Colts team coming in, no Andrew Luck, so the backup's going to be in place. But this backup, Hasselbeck, is quite capable of running that offense and moving that offense, as we saw in his last outing. Interesting game. You obviously have to lean Atlanta. I like Atlanta. Like Dan said, just hand the damn ball off.
Yep.
Let Freeman do his thing. Just hand the ball off. Let Freeman do his thing. Stop trying to get cute. My other thing with the Atlanta Falcons, where the hell is Roddy White at?
No clue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where's Roddy White, man? Why aren't we spread the ball around a little bit, man? Stop being so one-dimensional. I know Julio Jones is stupid and dope and the best, wide receiver in the game next to Odell Beckham. But I'm just saying, get him the damn ball because he won't drop it in the end zone.
I feel you.
Yeah,
Dan, what's your thoughts?
He is.
Shout out there, Dan.
Yeah. He's fallen so far off the radar. He's only been targeted 30 times.
I know. I'm trying to figure out, are they not feeling each other? Did Roddy get caught with his wife, his girl? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what dynamic is going on.
I got to look at exactly what's going on. I think it's been drops. Don't get me wrong. I haven't watched every minute of every Falcons game, but he's had 30 targets. He's only caught 17 of them. So you got to think there's a bunch of drops in there, which could be an issue. But he's averaging 13.5 yards of reception. So I think that, look, they're coming off the bye, right? So maybe they figured a way to work him back in. But I also think, Devontae has a huge game today against the Colts. That the Colts are a sieve on defense. It's like walking through a cheese grater. And if you break through that first line, you're going all the way, especially when you have the afterburners like Freeman. I think he has a huge, huge day today. Obviously can catch the ball in the backfield as well. And look, I know Hasselbeck can manage a game, but I think, the Falcons will find a way, obviously, to really put it on them after the bye week. They're at home.
What do you got for a spread out of Vegas, Hat?
I've got, 4.5 with Atlanta favored with the under over a 47.5, brother.
Don't play around with the spread in this game, guys.
No.
Don't even get it down to the 2.5. This needs to be money line because if anything stupid is going to happen, this is the perfect game for it.
I actually got ATL minus the 4 yesterday, and I'm comfortable with it. But do what you will.
Very interesting, Dan. All right. Hey, I wish you the best of luck with
Dr.
that.
Dizzle just pays no regard to anything we say on this show.
Hey, I got my teasers going too.
It's like 4.5. I'm not buying it down. The Dream always talks about buying it down.
Give me an adjusted line at 7.5.
Then this morning he says, "Did you win with UNS? Oh, I know you won with UNC. You money lined them."
Yes.
Not my fault with the kids. The NFL has been good to me this year, and it'll be good again this week.
The only thing about the NFL, I saw it last week again. All the doggone, there's been more like the field goal thing and the extra point thing, has gotten crazy now because in years past I don't remember them missing this many just field goals.
Right
now with they with an extra point back, now they just miss extra points and field goals just randomly.
I have a crazy theory, and I've seen it play out a few times, and I don't know if it's just my eyes seeing it. But whenever there's a defensive touchdown, I feel like the extra point half the time is missed. Because when the guys are driving down the field on offense, the kicker's out there, he's warming his leg up, he's kicking the ball. But when there's a pick six or something, he's just got to run out there and line up, and now it's not a chip shot, it's a 33-yarder. I'm curious. Maybe I'll start throwing some side bets on missed extra points on like pick sixes and stuff.
That's not a bad point, Dan.
You
might be right on
I'm
that.
just saying,
I've seen that. I've seen it like quick touchdowns or something like
right?
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right? That's exactly what I'm saying. I think it might be a thing. I'd have to look at the stats, but hey, something to keep an eye on.
All
Unless
right.
the Patriots.
Yes. All right. Well,
Belichick will hang you from the locker room if you miss an extra point.
I have not found a game that I like.
Hang everybody.
Yes,
definitely.
definitely.
That's my thing. So, because if I'm the owner right now, I'm going to be like, yo, why is Belichick winning?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm calling my head coach in the office, and the first question I got for him is, why is Belichick winning? What's your problem?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it helps that he's in the
even
AFC
the guys
East,
that
too.
have been like Belichick disciples don't necessarily do well either. You know,
I know.
Right.
He's the best for a reason.
All right.
By the way, speaking of that, we got my man Colin Kaepernick. They finally figured out what it is. He's got a shoulder injury. That's what was the problem for the last 4 years. And he put him on the IR now. Get that all fixed out, and he'll live happily ever after.
He'll never play another snap as a 49er.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Well, they owe him. If they keep him on the roster, they owe him $13.8 million next year.
That is sick money, man. Sick money for that performance.
He'll be cut.
Nasty game on the ticket, and both teams are still alive in the AFC playoffs, which is absolutely
Dan, I got news
sick.
for you. Sorry to cut you off, Hat. A lot of his money's guaranteed. He's getting paid regardless.
Oh, but it's. I saw the numbers this morning. It would be an additional $13.8 million.
Nice.
That dude should go to Harbaugh, get on, and just kiss him. Right on the mouth.
Right. Exactly. Looking at the next game, that both teams are alive in the AFC playoffs. Believe it or not, the 5-4 Jets are facing the 4-5 Houston Texans, and the Jets are -3 on the road. Ryan Fitzpatrick did have his surgery this week, but is getting the nod on the start. And the under/over is 40 points. I cannot find a game yet that I like. Dream, any thoughts on this nasty game?
Don't try to get this turned on at your bar. You might start the biggest brawl room fight ever.
Very good point.
Nobody wants to see this unless you live in Houston or unless you live in New York. Nobody's trying to watch this game. And the New York people don't want to even watch this game, trust me. No thoughts on this game. I kind of lean a little bit towards the Jets, but I not really. I got no thoughts here. I would just stay away from
nasty. Dan, are you getting involved in this?
No, not at all. The
good.
only thing that kind of looks appetizing is the under. Both teams have been playing. I mean, Houston's been playing amazing defense, but I'm not going to touch it. I think the Jets win the game, but that's about as far as I go.
But we don't know how.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, as long as Brandon Marshall doesn't hand the ball to the other team twice this game, they should be all right. I mean, their O-line is really strong.
Yep.
It's probably one of the best O-lines in the league when healthy. And with Mangold back and fully healthy, you have to think that if they slow down Houston's D-line, which is their one strength, let's be realistic. I mean, you have J.J. Watt, obviously. I mean, I don't even want to say Clowney because, I mean, you'd never call his number. And then you have Cushing in middle linebacker, who hasn't been the same since the juice. I think that the Jets, especially with a healthy Ivory, a healthy Marshall, Decker going out there, they'll be able to control the game a little bit.
All right, and you're going to probably have a lack of a running game with Houston as well. I mean, you got Alfred Blue in there.
Who's the garbage?
right now. And the Jets are the number one rush defense in all of the NFL, allowing 88.1 yards a game on the ground. So they're going to have to try to beat the Jets through the air in this particular matchup, man. So that under kind of bothers me a little bit, considering the fact that they're probably going to be throwing the ball a lot. So I wish you the best of luck, Dan, if you get involved in that nasty
But remember,
game.
I believe it is T.J. Yates today for Houston, right?
T.J. Yates with Brandon Weeden as a backup.
Right. And and the reason why I don't like the under, by the way, is because of that, and because the Jets secondary is pretty good. A couple of pick sixes might be in. I could see a couple of defensive scores in this game, along with the regular scoring. The under might be in as low as at 40. I mean, it could. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm off it. It also scares me because T.J. Yates also, they say he has everybody has a good connection with DeAndre Hopkins. But, Hopkins also has the ability to bust one. If he catches one in the open field, he could be 80 yards and gone. You don't want to, you don't want like a a 35-0 game to get 42 points. I'm like something crazy at the end of the game.
Got it. All right, man. Moving on to the next one here. We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Dream your Philadelphia Eagles and Chip. The Bucs are 4-5. The Eagles are also 4-5. The Eagles are -6.5 with an under/over of 44, and the Eagles are without Sam Bradford today. Dream, I'm going to let you talk here.
The owner of the Eagles is on the phone with Urban Meyer right now. He's trying to see if he could get Urban to swap with Chip, bring Urban to the Eagles and send Chip over to Ohio State.
Yes.
Listen, man, the Eagles, unfortunately, I've enjoyed their schedule for most of the season, and I think that this team is a lot more talented. I don't know why I like this team. I'm not an Eagle fan. Trust me, I'm not. But I always seem to like this team. I seem to like their position. Every week they have a great position. It seems like they're in a position to win. We're here again this week. But they got Mark Sanchez at quarterback. So right there is a big flag on them saying, just don't even think about it. You know what I mean?
One more playoff games than Bradford by a lot.
Yeah, I know. I do like them, but I've got to fall back from the Eagles. I'm not going to financially get involved with them. I think Philly wins this game because I don't like Tampa Bay. And you talk about a team that always finds a way to lose and make mistakes. Tampa Bay is one of them. But Philly just, I don't know. I can't.
I'm the other way. They both have the same record.
Yep.
They're both 4-5. And, you can see who Tampa Bay's won against. It's not that impressive, but I have them bought up to +7, and I'm rolling with Tampa Bay.
Famous Jameis.
Famous Jameis, baby. I just think that Tampa Bay with the big receiver, I think Mike Evans has a game. And I think Jameis can air the ball. And look, I've seen Sanchez a lot, and I think he's a really good game manager. But I don't think that Philadelphia has the receivers that Sanchez needs to be able to actually get the ball out. And you actually saw Tampa Bay's defense do something last week, granted against the bad Cowboys team.
Oh, God, that don't even count.
But you know what? They held Atlanta in check on the road before, too. And I know division games, you can say what you want. But over the last 3 weeks, their defense has been a lot better. So 7 points, I'm not saying that Tampa Bay wins this game, but I could see it being a field goal game.
All right. Sounds good, guys. I can't find anything yet, man. I'll be honest with you. Moving over to the next game, we got the Denver Broncos without Peyton Manning, who are 7-2, 4-1 away, coming into the hot Chicago Bears with John Fox facing his former team. Denver Broncos -1.5 with an under/over of 41. Dream, you got your boy Osweiler starting for Denver, and it's my understanding that the Denver Broncos and John Elway have had their eye on this kid for a very long time. My understanding is that John Elway's son was roommates with this kid in college, and they've been kind of keeping their eye on him and looking forward to him getting a start. So. Dream, since it's the Denver Broncos and you're a fan of them, obviously your boy is there. What's your thoughts on this game?
I don't have none.
You don't have none. With the Rottweiler in there.
I think we got to watch the Rottweiler because what I've seen out of the Rottweiler so far has been suspect. I see that they got a nice tall quarterback which is what they were looking for. Because the Rottweiler's like 6'8", man. He's like humongous out there.
Yeah, a little bit athletic.
Rott is big. Tall. I don't know about athletic. I see him tall out there. He did look a tad bit clumsy, but we're going to get a look at him this week. Hey, if there's any team to get right with, it'll definitely be the Bears because the Bears defense will not have you on your back, so to say. Listen, the Broncos defense is still good, all right? My man Cuddles loves throwing to the other team. That's not going to stop, all right? So we know Cuddles is going to –
not against the Broncos.
Yeah, Cuddles is definitely going to turn the ball over a couple of times. And I think that – now, here's a game that I kind of – would look at maybe leaning and saying the under, as I think that Denver's defense will be able to keep Chicago at bay and keep them under wraps. I think that obviously the Denver, they're going to try to get the run game going, and they're going to have this kid short leash on the Rottweiler, so they won't score a lot of points. So if there was a game that I would like to look at the under, it will be possibly this game. I think this game can stay under. I can't go with a side though here because obviously there's too many unknown intangibles.
All right, sounds good. Dan, what's your thoughts here?
I mean, I agree. Just too many intangibles to take this game.
Yeah.
I have a slight lean Denver because I think their defense comes back to form. Talib comes back today, after his eye gouging suspension. But,
gotta appreciate a cat that'll gouge your eyes out.
Yeah, if I played the NFL, man, I'd be having a visor on.
Yes.
I wouldn't trust anybody because I know I'd be trying to gouge some eyes in the bottom of a pile.
Well, if you do that again,
I know, right, exactly.
But yeah, I think Denver probably wins. But hey, the Bears have not been playing bad football.
No.
And if Cutler doesn't turn it over, which I know I expect, and as Dream said, he expects. If he doesn't turn it over, though, it could be a very interesting game. Matt Forte will probably not play. We'll see how good Jeremy Langford really is today against this Denver defense. I actually think he has a bad game. So for everybody in the fantasy world, I would not start him.
All right, sounds good, guys. Moving over to the next game that we have on the ticket is
Dr. Dizzle's other favorite.
Here's your other favorite team, Dan. The St. Louis Rams going into Baltimore. Going into the Baltimore Ravens, and the Rams are sitting Nick Foles today. And I don't know who they're starting. I got to look at it real quick. Dan, I'm going to let you lead off on this. Dan's ultimate parlay fantasy is the Rams and Raiders every week.
He's got a Rams Raiders Super Bowl.
And put it in with Kentucky for college football.
Rams Raiders Super Bowl.
What you got here, Dan?
Go get him, Doc.
I'm not taking this game. I mean, I think that St. Louis actually wins this game today.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Is Baltimore? I mean, you're talking about a Ravens team that's absolutely inept.
They're inept, but they're in every game, though, bro.
They are in every game.
Not lately.
What happened to them, though? I mean, really, nobody's really talked about how absolutely dreadful. And by the way, Flacco's thinking
against the Jaguars, the Chargers at home, the Jaguars at home, they lost. Okay, they barely beat the Chargers at home by 3. They scored a couple meaningless points on the road against Arizona and managed to lose only by 8. They lost at the terrible 49ers. They lost at home against the Browns. And their one recent win, besides for the Chargers, was the Ben Roethlisberger-less Steelers with Michael Vick by 3 points. I mean, look, I'm not saying that I haven't drank a little bit of the Rams Kool-Aid this year. I definitely haven't. I'm not betting this game, but this 4-5 Rams team is still leaps and bounds better than this 2-7 Baltimore Ravens team. You're talking about a Rams team. Yeah, they got beaten. They got caught in the mouth by the Bears last week. That was bad. And they lost to the Vikings by 3 the week before. But they've beaten the 49ers. They've beaten the Browns. They hung in there with the Packers, and they beat the Cardinals. So, I mean, look, I definitely think that they beat the Ravens today.
All right. I mean, they're saying that that Harbaugh is going to be probably out of there this year if they continue to lose. And they're looking at Harbaugh actually going to Texas, Dream.
For what?
That's a rumor that he may be taking over the Texas job as far as college football because
college football.
Yeah, man, because Charlie Strong is there's rumors of him going to Miami and Harbaugh going to Texas.
No,
I don't see that.
You don't see that?
No, not at all. In fact, I don't see Harbaugh leaving Baltimore, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What I would love, and I know it'll never happen because I know Michigan State's always happy with their coach. But come on, how nice would it be to see the Harbaughs, Michigan State?
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, my thing is though, Flacco's been terrible. Nobody's talked. We haven't heard no talk about how awful Flacco's been.
That's because we talk about Rivers being awful all the time.
I know, but I'm saying like ESPN, like all the mainstream sports media, like nobody talks about how. And by the way, Flacco, he ain't out there working for pennies himself. He got a stupid paycheck too, and is awful.
Yeah.
I mean, Flacco. The thing is he like dazzles you with his yards thrown numbers. But, this year he's 13 touchdowns to 10 picks, which is not good. He really, the problem is, though, he does not have a receiver anymore.
Got it.
He has nobody. nobody to throw to.
But he's getting paid Tom Brady type of money, and
I
say that Tom Brady throws to whoever's open. Well, throw the ball that was open.
Yeah, no doubt.
I agree, but even you've seen in the past, and I think you might see it today. You know, Tom Brady, he'll still find a way to put up points, but obviously he's leaps and bounds better than Flacco.
Sure.
But he'll still struggle a little bit when his receivers get nicked up. But you would never see Belichick go into a season with, you know, a 37-year-old Steve Smith Sr. as your one hope and dream for your season. And, you know, I love Steve Smith, and I thought he was going to have a big year, but you got to plan for a guy at that age to maybe get banged up, even if not for a season. And they had no game plan. And I think that's why Flacco's been as bad as he's been.
I have never been a Flacco fan. I've always thought that he was like the upper end of a mediocre quarterback and just got a couple of great breaks. Like, I'll give you an example, like the Broncos in that playoff game where the corner or the safety, whoever it was, completely blew their coverage. And they went out to win the Super Bowl that year. I just kind of, I just never really had the excitement about him being Phillip Rivers on steroids, exactly. No, I've never just classified.
Much rather have Phillip Rivers than Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I've never classified him as an elite quarterback.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I never liked him. And this game's nasty. I don't know who's going to win. I don't even like it. So we can move to the next game because I do have an opinion on this one.
All right. So the next one we have on a ticket is the Dallas Cowboys with Tony Romo back in the lineup. They are 2-7, 1-3 away, have lost 7 consecutive games. Coming into the 4-5 Miami Dolphins, who are still actually alive for a playoff berth in the AFC, surprisingly. That whole AFC is a mess, and Patriots are licking their chops here. But Dallas is minus 2.5 with an under over a 46.5 in sunny Miami. It is 76 right now and no rain. Dream, what do you got here?
And the bat light has been turned on. It's in the sky, and in comes Tony Romo to save the day.
Oof. Okay.
Listen, Cowboys defense, I don't care what you say about them.
Yeah, I know.
Has been as good as it gets in the NFL.
Right.
They've been holding it down. The only thing the Cowboys have really needed, and they'd have 3 more wins under their belt than they do now, is a competent quarterback, all right?
Right.
Even Tony Romo on his worst day is still leaps and bounds better than what they put out there. So you got the additive of a competent quarterback. You got their backs up against the wall. They're still in the NFC East hunt. They're still a little bit relative. The Cowboys are going to get a win today. I'm banking on it. I like the Cowboys in this spot. I believe that Dallas gets a win today in Miami. I have not liked the Miami defense. I feel they're overrated. I have not liked Miami's offense. The only thing I will say about Miami that I do like, Miami does play hard a full game of football. So if Dallas gets up, they need to keep their lead and keep going and stay focused, because you turn around with this Dolphin team, and next thing you know, you're only up by a field goal, and here they come.
Yeah, just like Philadelphia did last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have Dallas. This line has jumped.
Yeah.
I got them yesterday afternoon, -0.5.
Sharps is out there.
It's now -2.5. Dallas. So, which I still like. Miami is just, look, as a 4-5 team, I know they're in it, and they beat the Eagles, which I don't put much stock into. Their wins recently have been against the Texans and the Titans. I just think that the Cowboys, look, they hadn't lost 7 in a row since I think like 1980 something. And with Romo coming back, and he's full steam ahead, full go with the good Des Bryant, I think they will definitely beat Miami. You just got to stop Ndamukong Suh from wrecking the game.
And here's my thing, though, Cowboy fans. You catch this little win this week, don't do it. Okay? Just stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane and just keep quiet like you've been through all of these losses.
Yeah.
Because
right.
you know the Cowboys,
Dallas,
they'll get this little win. And Cowboy fans will have their colors back out again. Cats that's been in the basement, you know what I'm saying? Crying.
You're going to be 3-7 if you catch this win. So it's not like
and not only you're 3-7, and then this is your schedule. Versus the Panthers. Okay, Panthers are going to dominate, I think, that game.
On Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving. And then at the Redskins, which has notoriously always been a tough game for Dallas, and the Redskins defense has been playing well. At Green Bay. versus the Jets at the Bills on December 27th, which is always a tough game. And then you end at home against the Redskins. So it's not like, you look at this schedule and, okay, so maybe they go 3-3. Guys, that's 5-11.
All right.
5-11. So that's where I expect the Cowboys to be.
So none, you guys don't think that Tony Romo's going to have a little dust on him?
No. Not today.
You don't think he's just going to come out fresh and just beat the old Tony Romo?
If the dust shows up, it'll be on Thursday. If the dust is there.
I think there'll be a little rust, but Tony Romo, and look, I hate to say this. I mean, I hate the Cowboys, but Tony Romo is like such a schoolyard natural passer. It's like in his DNA. His legs weren't shaken up at all. He still has his legs underneath him. He's still been able to work out. He was still able to throw, remember, because it was the other side. I expect there to be a little rust, and I would be more concerned about Miami if Cameron Wake was playing.
Yep.
But if they stop Sue, he'll have a lot of time in the pocket, and, he's always had a good connection with Witten, and obviously Dez out there as well. So,
okay.
I think if you see a little rust, you might see it for a quarter, and then you see him do some things.
Maybe Dez will actually make a play for a ball instead of crying about a penalty that would happen.
And Dream made the best point of them all, though. Dallas's defense has been highly underrated.
They've been great. I got to give them that.
Now, is Sean Lee playing? That's a question.
I don't know. You got to take a look at that, man.
He is good to go. So Sean Lee is good to go because, guys, I'll tell you, if you're a fantasy player, you're looking at a defense, you're looking at Dallas, always make sure Sean Lee is like the keys to the Cadillac. It doesn't go without him.
Got it. All right, man. Sounds good. So moving over to the next game, I just something about that game is bothering me, man. You know what I mean? The Dallas and Miami game.
Okay, because you're a Dolphin fan.
I'm a Dolphin fan.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I would gladly love the Dolphins to beat the hell out of the Cowboys. I just don't see it happen.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not, and Dream, I have not been on the Dolphins at all this year. You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't gauge them. I don't know if they're going to be hot or cold. And
I just feel
this
like
game bothers me, man.
I feel like I'm at the bar and I'm watching this guy just get pummeled, and it's like, okay, enough now. Stop beating him up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I feel about the Cowboys.
All right. So you think they turn around the 7-game losing streak?
I'm pulling the guy off the guy that's getting beat up finally. That I wanted to see get beat up because he was bullying everybody in the bar and talking trash. So I wanted to see him get beat up, but it's like the point where, okay, you beat him up enough now. Let's let him get up and get back in it.
I got the idea.
And I also have a feeling that if that Cowboys go out and lose today, Jerry Jones is not a rational person. You might see a lot of people getting fired.
Oh, I think there's going to be a bunch of. I don't know. I think if they lose this game and Thanksgiving, I think then you got problems, Dan.
No, I don't think he will because of the landscape of how it went down. You start off with no Dez, then you get no Romo. I mean, listen.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. If they lose, Jerry Jones, he's not going to be like, oh yeah, they're rusty. Let's give them a week. If they go out there, they got in Jerry Jones's, in Jerry Jones's mind, they got everybody healthy and they're out there ready to go. They better win against Miami.
Hey, real quick, one thing I did want to say, and I did not talk about this at the when we led off the show, was that I did not expect Baker Mayfield to exit the game versus Oklahoma yesterday, and Oklahoma almost lost the game to TCU, man. At the end.
Dude, thank God I put my play in Friday night.
Crazy, man. Crazy. So, my bride just walked into the room, and she's looking beautiful today. Oh, honey. All right, good deal. Next one we got on the ticket is the Washington Redskins that are going into the 9-0 Panthers. Killer Cam Dream.
Killer.
Carolina's minus.
Target on his back, on his shirt right
Carolina Killer Cam versus Kissing Cousins. Carolina -7 with an under/over of 44.5, and this is I have to ride Killer Cam here. I have to. Until they lose. I got to keep riding them, and I'll ride them until they lose, man.
7 points.
7 points.
Go ahead, get that.
I wouldn't do it.
Get it down to 6.5, maybe. I don't know. I'm waiting to see. I'm going to look at the other lines and see what's going on because it's a perfect teaser situation or a money line parlay situation. But Killer Cam to win the game.
Underestimate those Redskins, man.
I agree with you, Dan. I think the Redskins are a little bit pesky, and I think that this game could be a little tighter than everybody thinks, and maybe come down to the end. But I think
there's an under to look at here.
An under to look at, huh?
I really do. I mean, look, you have the Redskins obviously coming off their biggest offensive explosion, but they also held the Saints to 14 points. even in the loss to New England at New England, they held New England under 4 touchdowns,
Yep.
which is 10 points under their average.
Right.
And, obviously Carolina's defense is good. Where I think this game gets under is, I don't think Cam is going to be able to run the ball as much today against this Redskins defense.
Okay.
They're really good at plugging that up. So he's going to need to use his arm more, which I still think Carolina wins. But, this might be something that you want to include in a 7-point teaser. Get it down to a pick. That's what I would look at for this.
Dan, I have to disagree with you on that. Washington is the third worst rush defense in all of the NFL, man. And I think that Killer Cam and Stewart may end up running up and down the field on this team.
I agree. I just think that I just don't see Cam doing it with his legs today. But
the other issue with this game is I believe that the Panthers defense is going to give the Redskins all types of fits.
You think so? Huh?
Yeah, I just don't. I think this is a bad spot for Cousins. Now Carolina may not cover their spread. I'm pretty sure that Carolina is going to win this game, just because of the dynamic of the way they play. But Carolina's defense is going to hurt the Redskins' feelings. Their defense in this spot is really good, and I think that there'll be a problem for the Redskins. I don't see the Redskins offensively having a lot of success against Carolina's defense. So I don't like the game because I don't like the Panthers. I don't like the way they play. You guys already know, I've told you before, to me they're too one-dimensional. I think they're very overrated, but I think that they'll find a way to get this game won in their house. If you can get rid of the 7 points and get this, to a money line or even under a field goal, you probably got a winner.
Any interest in getting involved in a prop with the 18-0 Panthers versus the 18-0 Pats in the Super Bowl at 100-1?
Absolutely not.
Why not? Come on.
Because I got the Panthers losing very soon.
you get in trouble in one of the games, you can just live line right out of that, man. So
yeah, I don't.
Super Bowl 50, man. Super Bowl 50. That's all I got to say about that.
I mean, if you look at their schedule,
I know the schedule's not that bad, and neither is the Patriots.
I got
schedule's
the Panthers
booty too.
losing next week to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, by the way.
I think we need to have a conversation about that one. All right.
I'm just saying, all I need is an emphatic. I need you to emphatically disagree with me to really just.
Anytime I highly disagree with the dream as far as the NFL or the NBA, I get smoke showed. So I don't know if I want to do that one. But I don't. Well, I may have to with the Dallas Cowboys and Killer Cam. So
okay.
I think you have a I think you have a disdain for Killer Cam. Something happened. Something happened there.
I'm just telling you, man. I want to get a good look at my boy Romo today and see how he's looking. I believe that the Panthers are going to catch their loss on Turkey Day.
Is your bride following him on Facebook or something like that? Is that what you're mad about?
I hope she
what do you mean you're following Killer Cam?
Then she won't need none of my money. Be like, wait a minute, she's with Killer Cam now.
What do you mean she's liking all the Killer Cam posts?
She's paying you support.
You know what I'm saying? No, I don't even want her to pay me. Just don't want her to take half of my stuff. I want all of my stuff. I want all of my stuff.
Something happened between.
Listen, I don't want half of nothing. I want all of it.
Something happened between the Dream and Killer Cam that we don't know about. It's going to come out in the tell-all book that you put out, right, Dream?
No doubt. I can't wait. The SBTV Nation. Who you with?
Yes, that's what it's going to be called. Who you with? All right. Next one we got on the ticket is a pretty ugly game here. We got the Kansas City Chiefs coming in, who are 4-5, who are actually trying to poke their head up and get some attention as far as the AFC wild card situation is concerned.
Everybody's in the AFC.
Yeah, everybody. Even the Chargers are still involved, and they're 2-7. Kansas City.
When's the last time in week 10 or whatever you've been talking about Jacksonville and Houston in the playoffs?
The Chargers are not involved.
I
don't know. You know how the Chargers do, Dream? They're going to win out. They're going to win. No, they're not going to win out.
Chargers win out.
They're going to win every game until the last game of the season that they need to win to get in the playoffs.
Chargers are going to win today.
They're going to be up by 30, and then they're going to lose.
You know what?
That's the Chargers.
I did make a promise to the SBTV Nation that I would never mess with Phillip Rivers again. And I'm looking at it, and Kansas City is -3 with an under over 44.5.
You messing with it?
No way. No way.
I'm messing with it. This game is beautiful, son.
Oh no.
If you don't like the Chiefs today,
no, don't do it.
Oh, stop it.
Don't do it.
Chargers are going to win this game.
Both you guys.
Right.
I'm gonna hang up on both you guys for even getting involved in this game.
I'm not getting involved. I'm
Over the
just
Chiefs.
saying, I would not
love the
put my
Chiefs
money
in
on
this
it.
spot. The Chiefs right now are playing great football. The defense is finally picked up where they're supposed to be. They got a little something going offensively. This Charger defense is as bad as it gets. The Chargers defense is dreadful.
Chargers defense is, where are you? Number 24 in all the league as far as yards per game.
I don't know. I mean, look, I know what you're saying about the Chiefs playing better lately and the defense playing better, but let's be realistic. Home against no Le'Veon Bell and no Ben Roethlisberger Steelers. Home against the Lions, okay, you blew out the Lions at home, great, and then you beat Noodle Arm.
But you put 29 up on his defense,
fair enough.
I don't know if the offense was accountable for that, though. There was a lot of picks in that game, Dream. You know what I'm saying?
And look, if anybody turns the ball over, obviously it's going to change the game. I'm not putting my money on this. If you are, Dream, best of luck. I wish you well. San Diego in the second half of the season is, for whatever reason, every year they're a different team.
I'm not letting you two poison me today. By the way, okay, I hear you. Thank you. But guess what? I'm getting some Alex Smith, as bad as I hate to say it.
Oh God, that just doesn't sound right, man.
Oh my God, it does sound right. I'm getting some Fat Andy.
Getting some Fat Andy today.
Looking like Kool-Aid over there on the sideline, the big red parka.
Yes. All right, man.
It's definitely going to be part of a money line situation. There's another team that I like as well at 4 o'clock. So as we move on a little, I'll give you the other piece of the puzzle that I'm looking at for the afternoon.
You're not getting involved in the Eagles?
I'm not getting involved in the Eagles with Mark Sanchez. No, I'm not.
Dan, are you're on the Dan? You're on the Chargers?
No.
Okay, all right.
But I did, like I said, a home, home dog. They're +3. I like them +3.
It's not on prime time though.
I don't want to hear about the myths.
Dan, if it was on prime time, I'd be a little bit more in that favor, but it's not. It's
even
at 4 o'clock.
who was pure in heart. It says his prayers at night.
I don't know. I don't like this game, man. I think as painful as it sounds, I'm not going to highly disagree with you, though, Dream, because I don't want to look like an idiot if Phillip Rivers. I'm just not getting involved with it, man. So moving over to the next game.
I'm not getting involved either.
How about this game, guys? A game for the division lead here. You got the Packers, who are 6-3, losers of 3 straight games, coming into the 7-2 Vikings, who are 4-0 at home. And the line is Green Bay -1. It is 19 degrees out in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now. And looking at this, I mean, the Green Bay Packers in the last 3 games have been absolutely pathetic offensively. Dan, it sounds like you're chopping at the bit of this game. What's your thoughts here?
I am, but I have this in a teaser, and I did it yesterday, yesterday it was a pure pick. So I have a 7-point teaser. So I have Green Bay up to +7, which I'm going to pair it with my favorite game of the day, which is a little later. But look, I expect this to be actually a very close, kind of defensively minded game.
I agree.
And I think either way you go, if you want Minnesota at +8 right now, you could do that, or even up to +11 right now. But I think the Packers are going to find a way to win this game. I just can't look. Aaron Rodgers, I think his mistakes have been a little, mechanical, and they're fixable. 100% fixable. And I think if anybody can fix them on the fly, and look, he's got a nice connection with Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams has a big game, and you need Starks to be able to run the ball today.
Absolutely. And what Lacey banged up as well.
Yeah, look, but this is going to be a tough one. I think Adrian Peterson could have a big game. But obviously, I still think no matter the struggles that have happened recently, the Packers have the ultimate quarterback advantage here. So
yeah, definitely. The problem is that Dream. I'm going to let you say, because I've said it 100 times, until I'm blue in the face about the offensive and defensive lines.
Packers have no pass rush.
Right.
And the Vikings don't really make a ton of mistakes. They're very good at home. My issue with this game is, I know you love the Packers, and you're talking about Aaron Rodgers' mechanics. The problem with the Packers is not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is fine. The problem is everybody else. Nobody else is stepping up and doing what they're supposed to do. Right. I don't necessarily know that they can or are going to be able to do it against this Viking team at home anyway. It's an issue, and it's a kind of a. If you ask, I mean, in my opinion, it's a bad spot for the Packers right here.
Very bad spot.
I mean, I know the Packers are, we're waiting for that offense to explode, but it's just not there this year. I mean, it's not working out this year with the loss of, Jordy Nelson's definitely taking a toll on them.
Huge.
They're not getting any production out of that run game. That offensive line isn't really, it's not protecting in the right way it's supposed to be. Dude, the blueprint's been set to beat the Packers, and it's come to fruition the last 3 weeks, and I don't see why the Vikings wouldn't follow suit. Unless the Packers have drastically changed something in their offensive scheme, I expect them to have much of the same problems because it's not something that you can just fix that easily overnight. This particular game, I don't know. I think the Vikings are going to win.
Ooh.
I really do.
Dan, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Look, Minnesota's averaging 22 points per game. Green Bay's still averaging 24.3. They're still basically a top 10 point scoring offense. And I know they've hit some speed bumps. And it's they've gotten exposed a little bit. Look, Minnesota could win this game, but you're telling me they're going to win by more than a touchdown? I don't see that. I just don't see that.
And the only reason I would say that they would win by more than a touchdown would be because as the Packers get down, Aaron Rodgers forces.
Yeah.
And then the forcing is going to lead to turnovers.
Yep.
And then put, not necessarily a pick six, but at least Minnesota in good, in field goal range or with a short field. And that's the only reason why I would say that you got to be careful. They might get over this. To me, it's a game to stay away from. I mean, honestly, but my lean is I do like the Vikings. I wouldn't get involved with this game financially because I got to be honest with you. It's just until the Packers can show me that they can get their offense going again, I gotta stay away from them. But and I don't like this spot for them because the Vikings don't make a lot of mistakes. You get Adrian Peterson, had a huge week last week. I'm expecting him to get it going again this week. Have a big day. It's a bad spot for the Packers, in my opinion.
All right. Next one we have on the ticket, we have one more 4:00 game, and then we're going to shoot over to Sunday Night Football. We got the San Francisco 49ers, who are 3-6, coming into the 4-5 Seattle Seahawks. Dream, do I have to say you're Seattle Seahawks here? Because I know you love them as well.
I do love them.
Seattle minus 13.5 with an under over.
I love the Cardinals last week to beat them.
Yeah, definitely. Under over of 39.5, and I'll let Dan kick off with this one. Dan, 49ers without Colin Kaepernick.
Much better.
Yep.
This is a nasty game too. Go ahead.
I have the 49ers plus 14.5.
14.5. Okay.
Yeah, I got it up there. Look, I just have not been impressed with the Seattle team at all.
I haven't either.
I mean, their offense is very lackluster. I mean, there's really and for a 14. I mean, right now I know it's at 13.5. If buy a half point, buy a point, whatever. But this is a 3-6 team against a 4-5 team.
Yep.
This isn't, a 7-1 team against a 3-6 team. And you're talking about, 49ers team that, hey, they're coming off a close win against Atlanta at home. I know they got the crap kicked out of them at home by Seattle, but I think they're better with Blaine Gabbert.
Okay.
And it's not like Seattle's offense is, hey, your top receiver is who? Exactly. He's like barely can name him.
Yeah.
So I think that this game is definitely within 14.5 points.
Oh, Dream.
Seattle already beat San Fran in San Fran 20-3. Now they're back home. Now they're back home, coming off of a loss. We saw an explosion offensively out of Seattle against the Arizona Cardinals. They put up 32 points against a Cardinal defense that is really stout. So I think that Seattle may have figured out a little bit offensively to get their offensive rolling. Seattle needs a nice big blowout at home in their house, they're due one this year. They're due a big blowout game to go in and completely dominate another team. And I think this particular situation is when you're going to see it. This is as crazy as this sounds, because I don't usually mess with spreads this big, and I'm not going to mess with this spread being this high. I'll manipulate it, but I don't have a problem with you taking the 13.5. I honestly think that Seattle will cover that spread.
But the only time they've even, look, like I said, I got a 14.5. The Bears by 2 touchdowns, and then yes, the one game at the 49ers, they won by 17. But like I said, I think that the 49ers score more than 3 points today, and I'm not sure that the Seahawks score more than 20. Look, I could easily see this game being a 20-10 Seahawks win, very easily. And the game's not really close, but the Seahawks are in control the whole time, but they just don't. Over 2 touchdowns. I gotta respect that number.
Oh, ugly, man. When you look at it, Seattle won 20-3 in their last affair. They won 17-7 the game before that, and they won 19-3 the game before that. So, Dan, you're. Then
I know Seattle will blow.
Dude, I got
700. Why not?
You're gonna be the guy that's sitting there at the end waiting for that meaningless touchdown to get your cover, man. I could see it happening now. You're biting your nails.
That's what happens in these games. It doesn't matter how the cover happens. But no, look, who is Seattle even? They haven't beaten anybody big this year. Yep. And I know you're saying, "Oh, it's coming," but I don't see that happening.
No, I'm not saying it's coming. I'm saying that the Niners aren't anybody big.
No.
And so they're good, because the Niners are awful. And
they are a bad team, but it's a division rivalry. Their defense is still pretty stout.
Yeah, it's second in the league, Seattle. Seattle's second in the league as far as defense is concerned. And the San Francisco is 27th, Dan. I
know, but like I'm saying, I'm thinking that having Kaepernick gone is a good thing for that team.
All right. Hey, Dream, the thing that we've been saying about the Green Bay Packers and their lack of pass rush?
Yes, sir.
No sacks in 3 games. Not one.
That's bad.
Not one sack, man. Just look that up now, and hey, that was a pretty good observation we made a couple of weeks ago, brother.
That you made, not me. That's yours. I wasn't going to try to take no credit for that.
All right.
That's all you, player.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good, man.
Yeah, I think B.J. Raji's regretting losing like 40 pounds.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? You don't want to get a pass rush versus Teddy Bridge. You might run into some issues, man. So
how's they been against the run, though?
We'll talk about it, moving forward as far as the show is concerned, maybe towards the end. But the last game we have on a ticket is Sunday Night Football. I think is the best game of the day. You've got the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 8-1, fresh off the embarrassing loss to the Houston Texans on prime time. They're 4-0 away, facing the 7-2 Cardinals, who are 3-1 at home. You got to love what Bruce Arians is doing with this team this year. Arizona is -5.5 with an under-over of 48 in Glendale, Arizona. Dream, I know that you like this Cardinals team.
I do. I'm a big fan of this Cardinals team, man. Okay. I really like this team. I think that they are. I can't take nothing away from New England, because New England is dope. But I think this Cardinals team is right there. I think they're right there. In fact, you can't give them the nod, because obviously you got Brady and Belichick.
Sure.
And I think that beats, the Cardinal guys. But then outside of Brady and Belichick, I think that the Cardinals are better. Outside
Arians
of those
and
two.
Palmer ain't bad.
I know it's not bad, but I'm saying it's not Brady and Belichick. But then when you get out of that, I think the rest of the Cardinals is better. I think the Cardinals have a better defense than the Patriots do. And I think that, I think that some of the other, obviously, Gronk is Gronk, and he's incredible. Dude is unbelievable. So I forgot to add that additive. But this Cardinals team is good, is what I'm trying to get at. Bengals are good too, though. Another good team, solid. I just think that the Cardinals are just a tad bit better. Then you got the dynamic of Carson Palmer playing his old team, which I don't think that there's any ill will there.
There is huge.
Okay,
huge.
Go ahead.
The owner called out Carson Palmer.
Yep.
Originally, Carson Palmer. Remember, he had to retire.
Yep.
From football, and then they shipped him to the Raiders.
Yep.
Who were by far the worst team in the league at that point. Carson Palmer wants to stick it to Cincinnati bad.
Yeah, but see,
Real
I
bad.
think there's a respect.
He's
though.
even
Okay,
said
maybe,
it, though.
Maybe there's an issue with the owner, but I think that there's a respect for Marvin Lewis. As far as Carson's
Sure.
Well, Carson Palmer didn't do that. Andy Dalton would never have a job. But that's the other thing. Look, Andy Dalton again, and I'm gonna repeat J.J. Watt because it made me laugh so much that Andy Dalton got so bent out of shape by J.J. Watt calling him, the Red Ryder BB gun, because that's what he is in these big games. He cannot perform in big games. Look, I have Arizona as the second team. I added 7 to Green Bay. I'm adding 7 to Arizona, so I have them plus 2.5. I don't think you need it. I think they'll cover the 5. I think that defense really stifles them today. You have John Brown back. Michael Floyd's going to be limited, but supposedly he'll be out there. Larry Fitzgerald's full, good to go. Chris Johnson's been running the ball like, it's 5 years ago.
Yep.
I love Arizona today.
All right. Sounds good, man. So, Dream, you're on Arizona as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sounds good. I think they're the better team as well. And I think that, you got Cincinnati that is...
I think this game's going to be a little bit closer than we think.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a close game. Cincinnati coming off the loss on Monday night, traveling to the desert. Obviously, you talk about it all the time, Dream. They did not go by bus. They went by beautiful planes. So I'm sure,
up here.
I'm sure there's not many issues as far as that's
benefits
concerned.
them.
All right. Sounds good, guys. So,
But you also got to look at who these teams have played.
absolutely.
And neither of them have really played anybody that good.
Well, that's because there's only like 3 good teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
No, I know they ain't so bad. But you look at the Cardinals, they played like the 49ers, the Rams, the Lions, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Seahawks. And then you pretty much got Cincinnati, who's played the same team. And it's just like the AFC is really bad, guys.
Yeah, Arizona is actually the number 1 offense in all of the NFL, surpassing New England. They have 421 yards per game offensively, and Carson Palmer is the number 2 quarterback as far as fantasy is concerned, averaging 23.6 points per game. Right now, you can pick him up for anywhere between $6,500 and $7,000 as far as fantasy is concerned. So that's pretty much it, guys. That does it for the games, and I think that I don't know if you want to do anything outside of the NFL today. I'm pretty good. I did see my boy got the job done last night in the Cleveland Cavs, beating up on Atlanta, as we alluded to, Dream.
Yes, sir.
But taking a look at this just real quick on Twitter, a couple of people that are making some comments here. My boy Marlon is saying, wants to know, Dream, how can an undefeated team be overrated? Probably talking about Killer Cam.
Because I said so. little thing that I use around my house with the kids.
I can't wait till one of the haters on Twitter posts a photo of like your bride like with Killer Cam or something like that hanging out.
Thanks for giving them the idea.
Oh man, we got Phillip Rivers. Jonesy's telling me that he's 8-2 against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good. Okay. That means he's due to lose.
By the way, guys, I got one for you outside of the NBA, and it's a 3:30 or outside of the NFL. It's an NBA game, 3:35 start.
Yeah.
And I'm moving away from the East, but I love the Clips today.
The Clips.
Minus 6.5.
Ooh.
Against the Raptors. Look, the Raptors have been a bad team. They're coming off. They got their win against Lake Show by 9 points. But before that, they lost 3 in a row to West Coast teams, to Kings, Warriors, and Jazz, all by 9 points or more. Okay. The Clippers have been playing good basketball. They lost. I know they've lost 4 out of 5.
Hold on, I gotta time you out right there.
You
said the Raptors are a bad team. They're 8-6. Then you said the Clippers are a good team. They're 6-6.
No. I hear you, but this is a home game. I think the Clippers are still better, or have a better team than the Raptors. I still think so. And you're talking about, I got to look at what they've done against the Eastern team so far. I know but I think that the Clippers have to find a way to start getting it done. And against the Raptors team that has not performed well out west, the one Western team they've beaten is the Lakers.
The truth.
think the
You need a
Clippers
heavy
get it
dose
done
of the
today.
truth.
Dan's got the East Coast bias with the truth going over to.
You got the truth. Listen, the one thing I will give you, the Raptors, I believe this is game 4 of a long road trip.
Okay.
Game
I think
5.
they've been. Is it game 5?
Game 5 of a West Coast swing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they lost the first 3. They won last night against LA.
Yep. That's the one thing I will give you that you got going for you in that particular matchup. The Clippers, though, man, I know. I'm with you that they're a good team. They just don't seem to have figured it out yet, though. And they can't. I don't know. The pieces aren't playing well together. I kind of agree with you that this is a good spot with them. What's Vegas got for the spread?
6.5.
Brutal.
I just. Look, I know that.
I think you're on to something.
Yeah, you might be onto something, Dan. I mean, you got to get that team to close a damn game out.
Yeah,
That's
I
the problem.
I know. But that's the thing, and maybe I'm just being blinded. I see their talent, and I've watched them a few times this year, and you see their talent, and it's very frustrating.
I agree with you. I think they're going to cover. I think they can cover that.
Okay.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah,
and that's the other thing. Like you said, it's the 5th game of a 5-game swing. When you lose the first 3, and then you get your win against Lake Show, I don't know, and then you got to go home and face LeBron tomorrow.
Oh, good point.
So I really like the Clips in the spot.
All right, well, hey, I can't wait till they play my boy. How about that? All right, guys, so we're going to close this thing out unless you got anything else. I'm
Hold
pretty
on, let me
good.
just go look at the ice real quick, see where the ice is, because the ice has been very good to me.
Yeah, man, you've been. Yesterday was a really
the
good
Mavs
day for you.
plus 5.5 seem kind of good too.
Dude, the Mavs are so pesky this year, man.
Awful.
I'm sick of them.
Yeah. Over
Mavs
on the
plus
ice, the
5.5.
only thing you got is the Kings. The Kings, which I know you hate them. They're playing the Hurricanes at 1:00. The
Can't
Kings should
stand them.
go ham on the Hurricanes, by the way.
All right, sounds
They
good.
should.
Do we just keep riding Golden State as well? I mean, they're only minus.
I think we
11.
start riding Golden State, the New England Patriots, and the Carolina Panthers. Why don't we just do that?
Go ahead, right, the Panthers. And you want to give the Mavs that against the OKC?
No Durant though, right?
So?
We don't know yet. We don't
That
know
don't
yet.
matter?
We gotta take a look.
I mean, the Knicks beat them. The Knicks beat them at home. And the Mavs, you got to watch the Mavs, kid.
I know Dirk is still doing his thing, man. So
Mavs are not terrible.
All right, guys. So we ran a little bit over today. We're gonna get the hell out of here. But hey, great show today, guys. A lot of fun. Absolutely a lot of fun, man. Just always good. Dan, I'll let you kick it off with your plays. Dream, I'll let you do yours. And I don't really have much, but I'm going to go for it. Dan, what you got?
So, yeah, I am going to roll with the Clips minus 6.5 and the Mavs plus 5.5 on the NBA card. For the NFL ticket, I'm going to go Atlanta. And this is what I have it. Look at what you guys want to get them at. Buy your points. Atlanta minus 4, Oakland minus 1. Tampa Bay plus 7. I have Dallas at minus 0.5. 49ers plus 14.5. And then I'm doing a 7-point teaser. Green Bay up to plus 7 and Arizona up to plus 2.5. And that'll be what I'm rolling with.
All right, Dream.
It's looking like, for me, gang, it's looking like the Dallas Cowboys at 1 o'clock. It's Dolo.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys at 1 o'clock, Dolo. At 4 o'clock, we're looking at probably a 2-team teaser, money line par. We'll probably go Kansas City and Seattle. And then at night, we're going to go Arizona. That's what it look like for me. And I'm thinking about getting on Dr. Dizzle's Clippers call. I actually am starting to like that a tad bit. It's going to screw up my whole day to have basketball mixed in there today, but I may have to do it.
No, that's going to suck.
I know, it is.
Go to the bar and ask him to put hoop on.
No, I won't even ask. That's not happening, but I do think...
I just reserved that small left corner of my 60-inch screen for like the little in-game.
Got it.
Just make sure what's going on every once in a while.
All right.
Is that game nationally televised even?
I'm not sure, but
tell you.
I happen to agree with you. I probably am going to get that in a money line situation, though. Just to be safe, I'm probably going to get it in a money line and not, I may money line parlay that with the Cowboys now.
There you go.
I'm looking at it.
You could do that, or if, the other thing you do is a little 4-point tease with the Mavs. I know you don't like the Mavs, but I like it.
The Mavs.
With the Mavs and the Clips.
Mavs is out. I might do a money line parlay with that. I'll figure it out, guys. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody that's out there retweeting the show. Thank you for joining us in this madness. I got my man Jeff Ryan out there, Bees Knees, G Rose, AB Lynn, Frank Vincanato, Jason Riley, Sports Talk, Johnny's in the house. What's happening, player? MG86 is out there, C. Rodriguez Jr., my boy Irvin. Big ups to Swervin' Irvin. Talked about taking the over 11.5 in the Canelo fight last night. I took Canelo to win the fight on the money line. Got 2 spots open in the par, so that's still alive as I just killed it yesterday. Wish it never ended. And big ups to Irvin for giving us that. Thank you, player. I appreciate that. JDH24 is out there. Fast Eddie 72. Long Woo, Snoopy Betts. The pick is out there. BT, Jay, Rizzle. What's up? Benjamin Rowe, MC Money, Joseph Del Rosario, Terrence Mac Christos, Direct Sports Solution. Big ups to them this morning. Holiday, J Cass. Tony the Gambler is out there this morning. What's happening, player? R Loop is out there. My boy Nicholas J. What's up, Nick? Always good to see you. Mario Martinez, my man. Marlon, the incredible Marley Marr. LA Whiskey, Theory Bouchard, and the ever-present Vegas Girl 92661. Guys, I am the dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back. All
right, guys. I'm gonna talk about. I like the Carolina Panthers to win the game, money line situation, maybe even get it down to 6.5. But I've also got a little treat for you. Since I don't lose in the WWE, I've got a play that is minus 290 to add to any money line parlay you got if you got this available. Take Roman Reigns to win the heavyweight championship tonight at Survivor Series. Minus 290.
For all you people out there to break down.
And then lose that. Use your parlay with Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Listen, minus 290 is going to jump to minus 5,000 by 7:30. You watch. That's all I'm going to say about that. So that is what I'm looking at.
Because the Sharps are big money on Roman.
Dude, you got no idea how these wrestling lines jump around. They go from like minus 290, it'll be minus 5,000 by 7:30.
No doubt, but I'm saying anybody with big money can obviously call up Jim McMahon and say, hey, listen, I need Roman Reigns. All right, forget it. I had to be getting into it.
I am all over that today. I'm very excited about that particular play. What's that?
So you going to do the NASCAR breakdown now?
I'm gonna get into the hot dog eating contest on 4th of July, man. Yeah, definitely, guys.
NASCAR. We got to talk about NASCAR tomorrow. I got something funny to talk about.
All right, we are going to we're gonna do Carolina. We're gonna leave it open. Got a big, definitely gonna close it out tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, and we will have a conversation. We love you to death. Go out there, go easy, do your own homework, get involved in your own plays. Because we are not handicappers. This is just who we're feeling. Feel free to tail fade, do whatever the hell you want to do.
In case you don't know what we are.
Yeah. In case you're trying to figure out who we are.
Trying to figure out who we are and what we do.
We love you to death. Go out there and get that money. Let's go.
Hey.